A person who only drinks water without eating can survive for 10 days to several weeks. If you don't drink water for about 3 days, you will die. But if you don't sleep, what strange changes will humans make? The answer will be revealed for everyone. In this movie Sleepless Beauty, in which a girl forced to stay up for 5 days, a series of symptoms followed such as imbalance, fear, irritability, madness, until she persisted to the 10th day. The changes that occurred were unbelievable. The girl's name is Aso. She is an ordinary foreign teacher. She may never imagine, whether at home or outdoors, she is under surveillance all day long. What she didn't expect was that after she bought the fish nails for her father and returned home that day, she was knocked out by a mysterious person. When Aso woke up again, she found herself locked in a closed secret room. The creepy thing is, her every move is being watched. It is shown in the form of live broadcast in front of the vast number of netizens. The audience not only does not have any sympathy or rescue her, but instead discuss happily what more interesting things will happen next. Just as the netizens expected. With the sound of the broadcast in the secret room, the show officially begins. The rules of the game are simple: no sleep. Any attempt by Aso to sleep will be stopped. In addition, special activities will be arranged at 8 o'clock in the morning and evening every day. The rest is all non-sleep time. Aso was so confused and ignored it. She thought it was just a prank by some people. But she didn't know that the special event at 8 p.m. had already begun. A little girl's voice was heard on the radio, claiming to be the child Aso killed before. Accuse Aso of being a murderer. These words clearly struck Aso's heart. It's not an exaggeration to say that it's a heart-wrenching. But what the little girl said next made Aso's spirits shock. You can escape if you find me inside. With the hope of life, Aso will naturally not let it go. Seems like this room is totally empty. The only special thing is the white barrel in front of her. When she tremblingly opened the lid of the white barrel, she was so scared that jumped away immediately. Because the bucket is full of disgusting minced meat. But the desire to escape driven Aso to endure the stench and rummaged in the meat pile. Finally found it all. The task was completed, but the reward was not fulfilled. The masked man suddenly walked into the room. It was about 9 p.m. and the non-sleeping time started. Aso was forcibly tied to a chair, wearing a virtual reality helmet on her head. There was a piercing shout. Presumably the content played is not a warm picture. In this situation, it is almost impossible to fall asleep. At this time, the live broadcast room is also full of jubilation. Netizens have said that the live broadcast is real and exciting. At 8 o'clock in the morning, the special event started. The broadcast raised some incredible questions and asked Aso to answer. If she answers incorrectly, you will suffer the impact of a high-pressure water gun. Until Aso's answer is satisfactory. The purpose of these two special events in the morning and evening is very clear. One is to increase the visibility of the live show. The other is to stimulate Aso's nerves. Keep her nervous. Unexpectedly, it was only the next night. The excitement of this special event was greatly enhanced. The masked man tied another woman over. Played a game of answering questions with Aso. Aso was lucky enough to win. Her reward was saved from death. The woman who was tied up lost her life. Seeing the living being shot to death by the masked man, Aso wailed in pain. Already there are signs of mental breakdown. The live broadcast room is full of joy. The ratings are rising, and everyone is hooked. Then the non-sleeping time comes. Aso is forced to wear a virtual helmet again. Started another painful and long suffering. Just like this day after day, in a blink of an eye until the morning of the 4th day. When Aso was taken off the virtual helmet and loosened the rope, she couldn't even stand up. Long-term mental tension and not sleeping. Aso can no longer walk upright. Obviously, the body has lost balance ability. The masked person can always find ways to put Aso in a high degree of tension. For example, at dinner, only give her 1 minute to eat. Of course, turn on the wooden box containing the food. It is also counted within this 1 minute. Aso finally finished eating within the specified time. But the information revealed on the broadcast caused Aso to crash again. That key can open the door. No. 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 You cannot. You lied to me. Time has come to the 5th day. Aso has become confused now. The whole person is a little muddled. Lying on the ground all day long and muttering. She wants to close her eyes and take a nap. The harsh alarm sounded immediately. If this doesn't work, there will be masked people appearing at any time with electric sticks. Today's entertainment is no longer a riddle. Instead, Aso is locked in a sealed wooden box. Then a few mice are put in. Broadcast reminds that the mouse will be hungry in a few hours. The broadcast administrator also reminded the netizens. Not sleep for 5 days. Will inspire dangerous behaviors in the human subconscious. After half an hour, open the box. Aso was dragged out by the masked man. Somehow Aso killed these mice. Non-sleep time again. Aso is clearly on the verge of collapse. She didn't even have the strength to shout. On the 6th day, the confused Aso heard a dribble of sound. She focused and followed the sound to find. She was surprised to find that there was a mobile phone in the doll. The signal was good, she quickly called the police. Although the phone was connected, she couldn't describe her location at all. What's even more annoying is that the phone ran out of power before the words were halfway. It turned out that the previous ticking sound was the sound of the phone's low battery. This kind of lost hope of survival made Aso burst into tears again. How long can she last? At this moment, Aso's eyes are already somewhat. She vaguely see a man and a woman doing strange actions again. Apparently hallucinations have begun. It's the 10th day in a blink of an eye. Aso woke up from a dazed state. She suddenly found a tied man sitting opposite. Unbelievably, Aso yelled like crazy. She quickly swung the hammer in front of him and hammered the man alive. The sleepless experiment has been carried out to the 10th day. Did Aso just become violent and kill him? The answer is more than that simple. Let's look down. After Aso finished killing people, she found that the door of the secret room was actually open. So she stumbled and ran out. Surprisingly, she actually ran all the way outdoors. Just when she fainted on the side of the road, she received the assistance of 2 kind people. Just looking at this style of painting, everything is strange. Fortunately, Aso finally escaped back to her home. The first thing she did was not to call the police. Instead, she jumped into the bathtub and prepared to wash. A woman's indelible nature. Suddenly the doorbells rang. Aso panicked and picked up a dagger to ambush behind the door. As soon as the person outside the door came in, Aso found out that it was a terrifying monster. Without even thinking about it, she rushed forward and violently chopped it down to the ground. At this time, the administrator of the live broadcast room sent a message. The experiment was successful and the live broadcast ended. As soon as the screen turns, Aso, who has been missing for 10 days, is in the police station. But she is being interrogated as a murderer. It turned out that the police had called her home surveillance. It truly recorded the day Aso returned home. The whole process of stabbing her own father to death. What is confusing is that this video has been circulated wildly on the internet a few days ago. But the interrogation is not going well. At this time, Aso was obviously mentally abnormal. Finally, with the assistance of authoritative experts, the police station found Aso's anomaly. The face recognition area in her brain was touched by someone. The result was to treat specific faces as other forms. At this point, the inhuman methods of the live broadcast platform have been very clear. First, let Aso stay awake for many days, and stimulate various activities. Let Aso mentally collapse. Completely stimulate the subconscious dangerous behaviors in the human body, such as irritability, killing, etc. Then through psychological cues and the effects of drugs and surgery. Make her mentally defective so as to achieve the terrible illusion of certain specific faces. If the specific face is someone close to the victim, then there is no doubt that this will be a perfect murder. And the success rate is extremely high. Because in the eyes of the murderer, the victim is already a monster that must be killed. But in the eyes of the victim, the murderer in front of him is the one who is closest to him and needs the least defense. Aso was not convicted but was sent to a mental hospital. But she is not the last experimenter. The live broadcast of the platform continues. And this time the subject. It is indeed the wife of a high-ranking official in Russia. It turns out that the ultimate goal of this live broadcast platform is to murder this senior official. Previously, Aso proved the feasibility of this method. It's only now officially started. Once time, I had not slept for more than 30 hours. I felt like the whole person was floating. Are there any friends who haven't slept for more than 30 hours? Can you leave a message in the comments section to tell everyone how it feels? Finally, I advises everyone. Be sure to go to bed early and get up early, don't stay up late.